First things first, if you're obviously watching this back on YouTube, make sure to check out the merch page. There is, we're almost actually out of hoodies and getting closer on the hats, but merch has dropped. Other than that, and that, those of you guys who have purchased, I do really appreciate it. That was a lot of fun. But just cool. You guys supported as much as you did. That was crazy. Anyway, take a look at SPY and take a look at the 24-hour candle close. Obviously, we reached down to that target that we talked about yesterday, filled the gap, closed at the gap, bounced off the gap today, and that obviously set up for a beautiful reversal. This was also something that was apparent on a lower time frame as well. I know Manny called this out as well. You hit cost basis, the 50% mark of any box. You pulled back, hit your support line, and ended up punching through empty space, and of course there is a remaining price target here right around the 682.40 level going into tomorrow, but it does leave us in a area where we can potentially speculate on the larger setup, right? The larger setup, and what I'm looking to see if we can accomplish here overnight, is to get through this range, which is wide, has its 3 rotations, so makes a perfect box. But I do want to point out some things that are apparent on the chart right now to me as we approach that potential target. And when I tell you that's my target, that's 682 is confluentially, meaning there's 2 sets of data that are intertwined or aligning that say that's my target. It is a must hold, right? Once we grab hold of a floor like a rock climber, which we're doing right now, we don't want to lose it. So what do we think is going to happen if we leave all this empty space behind and we cannot hang on? So that's your downside play. And that's where you could take it and look for a potential drop. I'm not saying that this is what is to come. This is a read and react scenario. So we're waiting to see whether we can punch back, where we have a metric ass ton of volume ahead of us. So I don't expect it to be, unless we have a major catalyst, government, whatever. Any large hoodies left? I think we have 2 left, dude. We have no extra larges, no 2XLs, and we're running low on 3XLs.
Damn.
Yeah. What are you saying damn to? Are you using standard deviations though? I'm using a channel, not standard deviation. I use parallel channels, so that way I have some sort of mathematical points of contact type of channel. I did use standard deviation in the past, but I've moved away from that. All right, so that's SPY. Let's take a look at the cues going into tomorrow. This one leaving a nice juicy gap up ahead. I'm currently sitting in some Q calls for tomorrow. I grabbed weeklies, had to kind of add the next week's contract, or excuse me, tomorrow's contracts. But of course, the target still remains at that 629.81, and potentially up to 632. Now, I suspect that 50% of this gap isn't going to be just easy peasy. Ivy, I can hear your little clickety clacks in there.
I'm sorry, I was about to say we still have large stocks. There's still 2.
Yeah, last night Van was like counting up all the inventory. And I was like, he was like, I think we have 2 larges left. I was like, no, I was like, we have 3. He was like, how do you know? I was like, because I have the inventory right here. He's like, what am I doing this for? I was like, I don't know. I felt kind of bad. Anyway, so as of right now, as we approach the close, we're looking to close directly up against this 627 to take it, to look for the swing up into the 631s. So now moving on. Let's take a look at IWM. This one also is the same look across the market, right? I see this pocket of empty space up here. I see this range shares like so. So it's good. Double catalyst. As of right now, we hit cost basis, filled the gap, went red, and held, right? So if we can close up above that, that leaves speculation for a run to 248, and perhaps, not even perhaps, but that's what I am going to trade for, a move to 250. So we're pretty close. Now, again, tomorrow, we have that empty space underneath us. This is true on every single stock, which does open the opportunity for you to potentially hedge. Worst case scenario here for IWM at 243.17 and 242.50. So use that to, if you are taking a trade on the ETFs tonight, that's what I would be focused on there. All right, IWM, SPY, and Qs all looking like they want to try to get a punchback or a move into the upside. Not all of them have empty space, and a lot of these are going to have to go and basically re-break over the same resistances that we broke down from, right? So that's one thing that is keep, remember, the higher time frame levels matter more. We can see how we can get to those higher time levels, but I really see that 248 as one of the stronger levels in front of us. If it breaks again, 248. What was that? DoorDash order was dropped off. I didn't DoorDash anything.
Maybe it's from yesterday.
Oh, no. Somebody ordered a hoodie. Josh.
Somebody DoorDashed a hoodie?
Nah, that'd be crazy though. Yeah, thanks. If you just got that hoodie, I'll have that packed up and shipped out right tomorrow. Any orders, it'll be the next day if it's after like 10:30, 12. Anakin's gone. I'm Rubber remains. Ooh. All right. Now let's take a look at a few swings here. Just ignore that. Lulu. Kind of excited. Toes coming out of the shoes at this point. Today I was able to capture a solid rip to the upside. We had a what's clear to be on the 30-minute time frame, but I've been watching this one. Yesterday I actually tried my hand at a bounce and failed. So I had to get out of that trade, but was able to re-enter. We had our pre-market high box. Again, 50% of any box. We tapped it, pulled back, and punched through it. This left us with a gap to fill at 166 and nothing but empty space, which is a huge part of my strategy if you are new here. Oh, you made 1,600 off of it. Trevor, fuck yeah. Beautiful. Now, that being said, tomorrow, this is what I would like to see, since we do not have continuation signals quite yet, and we are pulling back away from that. We're going to call it the 50% mark. But what I would like to see tomorrow is a 166.71 hold. If not, we can expect a retest of 164.50 and up. Otherwise, we have another gap. And again, I'm kind of, that's a higher time frame box, but this is actually this is the reality here. We left a box and gap ahead of us. So when the empty space fills and 170.50 hits, which is psychological, it would be a move through 170.90 and a punch back through 171.61. And you can start aiming up, because remember, we're basing this off of a 24-hour setup where there is not just empty space above us, right? This could be, and again, we did rip really hard to the upside. I am not, until we have reclaimed what has been lost, we are still, right, in an area where our fingers can slip and we can fall. So this bounce, if unsuccessful, could be the breakdown, right, going forward. However, because of the empty space on a lower time frame inside of this range here, it is a possibility to get that move up to 175 and 177, where we would be looking for, yes, a candle close over 181 to move all the way to 198. That's a big trade. Even if you were to day trade that would be a solid trade. Yeah, 2XL and extra large, 2 left of the larges. Yeah, we don't have a lot of extra small people in here. I don't think I'm going to be buying those again.
Yes, each steak, son.
Huh? I thought Jorge was going to order, so I set some of them aside for him, but no, I'm just playing Jorge. That was unjustified, dude. You're an extra small, Ivy? All right. Alex too? That was
One
dark,
of my
dude. I'm
arms
sorry.
are extra small.
You said one of your arms hurt?
One of my arms are extra small.
My germ.
All right. You know what? I'll take that one. That was pretty acceptable. All right. Let's see here. When am I usually live? 3 p.m. Eastern time and 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday, and Sundays at 6:30 typically. Sometimes 8. You know, Hispanics like baggy clothes. Or yeah. You think I should do a Potter with like holding a maybe like some different flags? What are we swinging? I'm working on it, boss. I'm actually looking at swinging Lulu. All right, now Tesla, and I know you guys are going to ask, this one is closing 24-hour candle up against the top again. And if I'm not mistaken, we're supposed to be, I don't know, Astro, when is this thing happening? If you, I'm sure you do know if you're here. Or does anybody else know?
I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow.
Thursday.
Okay.
It's
There's
midnight tonight. It's at midnight tonight.
So 12 or 11:59 Central Time is the final vote, but it will be tomorrow after hours, possibly
Roger.
like 5 Central.
Here's what I'm going to say about this. Yes, I do, Sammy. Listen, if you are taking, this is what this is what I'm doing. If you're long, which I get it, right? We're closing green directly, and this is something that you're planning on taking to the upside. 520, 530, 540. Hedging should be easy. Now, if you're putting, this is not applicable to this week's or next week's contracts, but maybe. But you can hedge for at least 50% of that empty space at 385. So you could take a small position to the downside going into that meeting because we don't know. Now the chart is closing green up against the top with only the wicks up ahead of us. So naturally, as we get to the close, I will tell you this, even if it does go back up, whenever that dust settles, there is a shit ton of gaps underneath us. We didn't fill that one, didn't fill this one, didn't fill that one. Did we fill that one? No, we didn't. Didn't fill this one. So by God, that'll be amazing. Because that would be one of those trades that has, you could call them catalyst leading to the bigger play. This is just for future reference. I will be trading this whole thing. Whenever we break down, whenever, it's 368. And then runners go into the pocket.
Would you take this week's Tesla calls?
I mean, what's your life like right now? How's your mental health?
It's all right.
All right. I take a small position then.
I'm asking because the numbers you say with the contracts are cheap.
Listen, hey, yes, we're not in the stock market to fucking not take risk. With something like
That's what I was
this,
thinking.
you know what I mean? You got to stay within your risk, but you can still take it if you have that. If you have an incredibly small account, tread lightly. All right. Are we letting Rivian run? Listen, I'm going to say this again. I am in Rivian until we hit 2337. At that point, I will take a lot of profit away, options, equity, all that. And that'll be that. But I had around a $14,000 position back in June, August, but it's closer to 20,000 now. So I am betting heavy on this one to go and give me that empty space. And with this push and no resistance happening quite yet as we're sitting up against that wall, I got faith. I mean, again, what's the worst thing that happen? I close out with no gain? Okay, fine. I'll be a little sad, but it'll be all right. Am I expecting
The
a
worst thing is
breakout?
Fisker.
That's not even on my list of concerns. I'm being honest with you, dude. Fisker.
I
That's
know,
awesome.
I'm just fucking with you.
That was a good one, though. So am I expecting a breakout? Listen, I am I don't want to overhype it, but no, I mean, fuck it. This is what I'm aiming for. So, take this. Don't be emotional about it. Or take this piece of information and do with it what you will. I know, okay, based on all of the years of me trading, that when you dump fast, it opens up the possibility to rip fast, the only median being the potential 50% mark. And you can go and see that for yourself. Dump fast, right? Build, rip fast, punch back, rip fast, stop at structure. Do you see why I get out of trades when the empty space is gone? Because I'm not dealing with this bullshit. You fill the space up and you get the fuck out. So what am I looking at when I look at Rivian? I look at Rivian, I see a gap, motherfucker. Sorry. Shit got me drooling right now. Foaming at the mouth. I see a gap. I see empty space. I see consolidation that started, we'll call it in August of 2024. So over a year now, we have been consolidating. Yes, I am expecting a breakout. Do I give signals? No, I do not. If you would like to take signals, I'll see you in about a year after you've had one of the most difficult struggles of your entire life. I can't tell you how that will go. You're going to start taking signals. It's going to work. Then you're going to start learning a little bit about what you're doing, and everything's going to go to shit. And then you're going to be stuck between somebody giving you free money or free answers, supposedly, and making the decisions yourself. So you either remain incredibly stupid to what the stock market is and how it works, and you just take signals, or you give up on signals and you accept that there are no shortcuts. I've never met a human living soul ever who has made it all the way settled and rich from taking signals. Not even partially successful, but
So
anyway.
up or down?
So up or down. I'll give you both if you don't calm down.
You're
All
gonna
right.
have a chance.
Oh yeah. Well, you're gonna be my. Oh God.
Oh, I'm going to meet up with you guys.
Oh
for
Lord,
sure.
have mercy.
I'm gonna give you a big bear hug with a chair.
We're gonna run. Oh my God. 2 weeks out? No, dude. I cannot give you the timeline in which I expect this to happen is between now and March of next year. So equity right now is my best bet. Period. I've got, I mean, over 10,000 or excuse me, over 20,000 in value here, and I am not taking any profit until my target is hit. Again, this is my confidence and my system and what I know about empty space. So, and again, when I look at my average, for anybody who worrying about, like, well, what if, dude, fuck that. I'm up 50%. My average is 1043. Excuse me. Yeah. So you have, literally, but what am I worried about? My other I've got one in Trade Station. I've got one in TTD. The other one's 1283. Still, I am in a great position. I've also got options, and I also have hedged myself, which obviously at this point now, it's better to just read and react. But again, whenever you rip hard, whenever you move fast, the goal is to grab hold of something. So if we rip fast and we hit this wall, we need to find out where the floor is that Rivian has to hold. This is how you can determine whether or not a stock is going to reverse on you. So right now, and watch this. Beautiful. So at worst, or where I could even say, all right, maybe out of the options, if I'm in shorter expirations, if we lose 15.15 on the 2 hour, on the 1 hour, on the 30-minute, and on the, nope, it's going to change on the 15-minute and drop slightly to 15.10. Well, parachutes. Whatever that means to you, for me and my equity, we're chilling. Yeah, that is exactly how we're feeling, Ivan. All right. Anyway, let's focus on the watch list. So if you guys have any requests or anything that you think looks good, empty space, consolidation, clear, let me know.
Potter.
And,
I usually get skipped because I'm early, but for QCOM, it looks like it's punching back and there's earnings coming up today after hours.
let's see.
On the 4 hour.
You know what I also figured out, Ivy? Can we change the color of Big O's, whatever role he has? Can we change that, top traders? I'm actually colorblind to that color. So I cannot see his name. Like when I look at it, I have to
Excuse it.
focus. I wish I could
Can you
show
make it-
you through my
Is it
eyes.
pink?
Yeah, make it pink. I don't know.
What do you want? What color do you want, Chav?
Pink.
Yellow?
Pink.
Pink?
Colorful.
Okay.
Pink. Make it pink. All right. Anyway. Yep. Drop your request now. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at it. All right, QCOM. I do see a lower time frame, 24-hour punchback. The one thing that trips me out about this one is that it's already retraced into the space, or like we've already moved up into that 206. So it'd be a lower time frame ordeal. And yes, you are punching back through this box, but unfortunately, it's going to be the first green candle to your left, which will give you, and again, you have earnings, so that could be the variable there, but I see two targets ahead of you. I see a 187.36, and if that can break 197.80, which would be the imbalance in that wick. Now, going back to the 24-hour, if those things are broken, then you could possibly look at a multi-day run into the highs around 220 because empty space. So at some point, yes, I do think QCOM gets to that 220.50 pretty easily. So, all right, what do we got next? We've got Amazon down. Amazon. Damn. Yo, look at that trade performance. Nice job. I actually wanted to kind of cover this really quickly. This is a little psychological thing. Because somebody posted their P&L in the testimonials, and it just got me thinking, right? You guys don't mind me. I want you guys to just take a look at this, right? Because there's very seldomly you're just going to climb in a straight line. If you've had a rough week, or any time in the future you have a rough week, or rough weeks, or maybe you get, your ass handed to you, take a look at this P&L. You imagine how he felt in here? Or maybe even in there. It's so eerie how these things follow pattern. Like I could see like 3 touches in a channel. I want to chart it so bad. He's got like a solid uptrend going. My grand theory is that humans can be chartable. One day in the future, I'll be able to chart you guys. Find out where your life is going, who you'll marry.
That's scary.
It is, but I'm working on it. I think I might have charted you, dude. You're
Call me Miss
cooked.
Cleo.
No, just kidding.
Call Potter.
That's fucking. You're
Having
done.
bad life lessons.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this one, and I'm let's see, what was the chart? My 10-year. Sammy, get the fuck out of here, bro. That was there was a lot of ups and downs, but it was consolidation for the breakout. Listen, that was kind of smooth, actually. Put that one on the bar. All right. Anyway, so Amazon down. Yes, this is something that I can see happening. However, we need to go down to the lower time frame and acknowledge what is holding you up, right? What are you bouncing off of? Now, the empty space that is underneath it has been filled successfully, leaving only a very small gap at 244.11 and the small box at 245.30, right? I'm kind of coagulating them together. That being said, if you're looking to take Amazon down, I have no issues with that. But remember, it's all about what you reclaim. What have you reclaimed, right? This. What stopped you? That. What happens when you break that? Cool. So we can predict a potential target of 253.50 if that 250.95 is broken. Very simple. So leave it there. See you later, Starboy. All right. Moving on. We've got coin. So I would hope that maybe some of you guys have made some executive decisions here. This morning we experienced a gap up and we sat and were unable to go and fill that gap. One of the main areas this morning, and this is lower time frame analysis, and this is kind of what we talked about yesterday about, you know, the empty space above and being able to reverse off of that. This box was fought for. I thought at one point when we hit 312.14 that we could see a potential leg down, but it immediately held that floor. And as soon as we've reclaimed that, half the position is gone. Now I'm, as we speak, watching because yes, there are fragments and pieces of empty space above us that would allow for coin to retest before breaking down. So right now I'm looking at a retest of 328 to reevaluate short or long, because at that point you would then be looking at the empty space above you, right? Gap above you that would inevitably and most likely lead to a reversal. So the hope here for me would be that we rip hard, which if you're short, you're probably like, what the fuck? Why? Because if I have to get out, that's fine, right? But if this climbs back up on that floor, I'm doing good, man. A little tired, but that's just from last night. But with that being said, if it can rip hard, it leaves behind empty space, and empty space, right? Rip hard, dump 50%, bounce, dump the rest of the way. So you dump just as hard. Look, fast, right? And we can see this phenomenon happen everywhere, right? So what we would like to see is obviously that rip fast and then immediately stall. But one thing that I am noticing here, and, you know, obviously I don't do a whole lot, especially from some of you newer folks, I don't do a whole lot of percentage stop losses. But on certain things that maybe do exceed my risk, or not exceed my risk, but they're higher on the risk scale, those things, let's say it's not moving, right? And your contracts are disintegrating based off of theta. You do need to have okay, I need to roll out. Because if you've run into a situation where you're bleeding and your contracts are losing value, before it becomes too much, where it doesn't matter what it loses at this point, and at some point you're just looking to make back to break even, but the mistake, or if you run into that situation, you can come to the conclusion that you just don't have the right expiration. Another 2 weeks on that contract and you wouldn't feel that, you know. So all right, is it the same for ripping fast into key levels or just down? No, it's down and up, KY. Listen, I truly believe that and the 24-hour can change people's trading. And sometimes you get lost in the sauce, but when you focus on empty space and it is clear to you and you start counting the 1, 2, man, the empty space is where I trade. Like you could look at a chart and be like, oh yeah, that's where Potter took his trade, or that's where Potter would want to take that trade, you know? So talking about myself in third person now. Shut up. All right, KVYO. But what? Clavayo? The hell they make? All right, well, I can't fight with this chart, my friend. I can't. I want to, because it looks ugly. Just the way it kind of moves, a little choppy there. But I can see where you dumped fast. I can see where you ripped fast. I can see where you lost the floor, reclaimed the floor, ripped fast, but couldn't keep going. So you retested, found the buyers that you need. One of the examples that I use for those of you guys who are new, I'm sure it is key. Is it Key Vivo? Yo, all right, whatever. Listen, we'll work on English lessons later. All right, but something that you know, again, when you, I'm gonna give you guys an example for those of you guys on TikTok. By the way, if this is all free, so if you guys don't mind tapping your screen, think of it like a rock climbing or a mountain climbing expedition, right? When you build structure, you think of it as like a camp or like a base where you store supplies. So if you continue on your journey, right? The journey was to climb this summit, reclaim 2472. When you did it, you climbed a little too fast, right? And so you ended up having to pull back. You ran out of the volume you need to move you obviously off this bounce. It didn't have the juice to get up there. So if you're climbing up a mountain and you're running out of oxygen, you're running out of food, and you're running out of whatever the fuck mountain climbers risk their lives to fucking carry up there, whatever, you got to go back. You got to retreat back to the previous camp, reload, reset, and keep moving. And a lot of the times you left plenty of supplies there. So you'll have, it's no problem. So, wait, impeach Trump today. I'm living proof. Kathleen Nowak, he ordered me to silence and wanted me dead. Oh my God, what did we just break into? Keep going,
Oh,
Kathleen.
God.
I want to know more. Keep typing.
Now we're conspiracy.
I don't know, dude. Sounds like somebody's whistleblowing on here, dude. I take it very seriously. It's in my code of contact on the website, third page down, article 15.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we take these very seriously here. Anyway, that being said, yes, I do like this candle close, and over the wick of the 2750, be looking for a $30 strike. Yeah, we got to save.
They have
Kathleen.
earnings.
Do they have earnings? Okay, well that adds a little
Not
bit of
yet.
special juice to it, maybe. Some of that special juice. Drink up. Bumble has earnings. Look at that. Dump fast, rip fast. It's the secret, dude. It's the secret. A secret that could save even Kathleen. I'm sorry. Too soon. Way too soon. Way too soon. We gotta calm down. All right.
I wonder where he grabbed her.
What'd you say?
I wonder where Trump grabbed her.
Dude. Probably by the finances. All right. So as far as an earnings setup is concerned, man, I really, I mean, I do. So let's tell the story. Anytime I get a little confused on the chart, I try to narrate what has price been doing. We reach up, we fill empty space. We have no more juice. Earning hits, we retreat. Empty space down below. We go back to get seller supplies because they get sleepy too. And we dump through the empty space. We create an empty space and we don't have enough to keep going down. So we retest again. So now we're going into earnings and we've retested and given sellers the opportunity, right, to retest. We only have one bounce on the floor, which is different from this one, which adds a little bit of mystery, if you will. Now, one thing I skipped over is does it even move? It does a little bit. It did there, damn. Love life is dead. So, that being said, unfortunately, this is not as far as I'd like it to be away, but you have a target of 467. And due to the fact that you are carrying a lower time frame channel, I would have to say there's a target of 635, but this is not a good earning setups to me. Could be wrong, but not. Yeah, I did that one. Yeah, QCOM up tomorrow to 187.25 makes sense. Lift. You guys know the deal. Now, I will say going into earnings, you bounced, you've reversed, you got a gap up above you. I like it. My only question here, and what we're playing it for, is does Lyft have an earnings call that's going to be extremely volatile. I don't care where it goes. We don't care where it goes. Obviously, the play preferably would be up. And we know that it can do that based on its previous earnings, right? So with that being said, there's a 1725 hedge target directly underneath you if you're taking it both ways or hedging. I did not Fox, no. Now that being said, 2242 is what we're looking to punch through tonight. Yes, it would be nice to see it up to 3221. However, if it doesn't get there on earnings, might not get there at all because it doesn't like to move in between the two. TTD does have earnings today, right? Yes, no, maybe so.
I think it's tomorrow.
I'm looking. Sorry, when I was saying that, I was scrolling the shit. Pause. What is today? Wednesday? That's right. Today is coffee day. Yeah, tomorrow after close. Open door. Damn. That's a volatile ass stock on earnings, dude. Holy shit. Huh. Oh. No, I need the innards. Give me the guts.
That is also wild.
Yeah, it was. I realized it when it came out of my mouth. But I just thought if I stayed quiet, then nobody would notice.
Oh yeah, I always noted.
Yo, my buddy Van was over last night. I'm packing the orders, and Jose's order comes up. And I'm like, dude, I should put like a vial of water in there or something, like a little glass container of water, and spray my cologne in it. And he like grabs me by the shoulder.
Oh
he
my
goes,
God.
this is where you need a black friend. Yeah, bro. He was like, he goes, you don't. He's like, we're not engaging in this behavior at all, dude. And I was like, okay. He is black, obviously. If he wasn't, that would have been not as funny. All right.
Oh my god.
Or maybe funnier. I don't know. I am looking at Datadog, but I don't really see what I want to see on it. I want a dream that I could rip, but I don't really think I'm going to do that. Upstart. Does this have earnings, or what are we doing with this? Upstart. Up. John. Wait till I get to Alabama, dude. You just wait. I'm gonna go find your class, and I'm gonna give them all the wrong answers. Be like, yeah, Professor John told me to give these to you. I don't hate it up. I don't. I like the bounce. John, you killing me with these fucking smiley faces, bro. All right. It's gonna be lower time frame. There it is. So you tried to wick up. It's gonna be the 5 minute. So right now, for those of you guys who are new, I can't see what I need to see to be able to identify, like, why'd you stop here? I can't see that. So I keep going down. I see the answer starts to reveal itself, but I need more. Okay, now I'm on the 5 minute. And you might ask yourself, well, how's that relevant? Because it's all connected, right? If I can solve the 5 minute, then I solved the 15. Vice versa. They're connected. So like if I'm looking at the higher if I'm looking at the 15 and I don't understand, I can solve that problem. It's literally like zooming in, literally. All right. So that being said, Upstart does have a very, very, very weak uptrend. An uptrend nonetheless. You are against that sell wall. So I cannot give you anything other than the first green candle to your left, which is in confluence at 42.75. That breaks, go for it. It doesn't, careful. All right, follow FT&T. Gotcha. Okay, earnings are after close. Oh shit. Here we go again. $68.98. $68.98. Let's look at these contracts.
Pricey.
Damn, and the spread makes me want to throw up. All right, well, I'm going to not grab a heavy position on that one. Grab a couple contracts on the 98 strike. I want to see how this one plays out. I've never played this one before. I'm going to go with a more tangible support, like 74. So 74, 98. Equal amounts on both sides. Less than $400 a piece. VZ up a bomber tomorrow for mini shekels. Not interested in those shekels unless I can clip them. There is some shekels up there though. Yeah. You just need to be over 40.86 candle close. A-okay. Not bad. Definitely a longer expiration, but not bad. Coming off actually it looks pretty good. I'd give you a 46.80 target there. Could be more. Right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe you buckle my shoe. Actually, hold on a second. We going to Alaska? I just felt my nipples get. Oh, I'm sorry. It's got to reel it in there. It was a cold joke. All right. Anyway,
That was for shock value.
it was not. It wasn't. It was intelligent. That's you. It was because when you get cold, Big O, do you not have any nipples or something? Are you nippleless?
I have 3.
That's cool. See you in Miami.
And they're all-
Shock back.
they're all
Can I
on
see
one side.
43 is the floor up above you. There is yes, I mean you can literally take this step by step. Ultimately, if you took a longer expiration of airlines, I mean you got a great stop loss right now at 42 or at worst 41.33 because it does have empty space. So something like this could go here and retest like that. So all right, what else do we have? PLTR up. Yeah, give me a break. So as of right now, they got it locked down, Mel. They really do. It is contained. So really this is one of those areas where yes, sellers are in control, but are they doing their job, which is to get under 182.30? No. So you go down to the 1 hour, you see the empty space up above you. Yes, that is a punchback through this box, which you are tapping. So today's literal high of 190, breaking 190.180, and you got to play up to 201.75. Yeah, dude, it's hot as fuck in my office right now. All right, let's see your PLTR. He just keeps resting the empty space before his next leg up. What are you talking about? GM over 70. Over 60, 67. 1 hour candle close. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, honestly, with that type of candle, I would be looking for a stop loss here. Where do you stop out at? Right there, 68, 65. No, I had GM, TTD. Trading view. All right. I know we got a lot of eyes on this one going into earnings. I mean, you guys have to look at 43 as a possible target. 40 flat would be a hedge potential. But yes, the goal obviously is to get it up to 65. That's it. We need and I don't like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really like where it's closing right now. It kind of keeps us, it could keep us in here, which ultimately would just keep us chopping for another 3 months. What flavor chew? Mint. They're out of wintergreen. All right, I'm driving filter TTD OKLO up. Have I mistakenly ever drank my spit cup? Let's not talk about that right now, dude. Please. I have fucking the worst memories. I don't want to. Yeah. You just triggered
You
me.
got some grizzly right now?
Yeah, they're grizzly.
My man.
Killing our mouths because we're stressed out. Love it. I mean, I'd rather slide down a Parmesan grater 300 feet long. But if it's going to go up, it's got to reclaim the floor 134, 131.64, and then punch, obviously, 137. So you're probably correct on that one. Empty space has been filled. So I like that, John. That's a good one. Celsius has earnings. That's right. Yeah, but that's a small pullback, man. I'm not worried about that. Oh. Let's see here. Trip has earnings tomorrow morning. Want to do it again? What was that stock I just looked at before that? Oh. Interesting. Man. I want to say yes. But oh my God. Oh my God. No. Maybe. I don't like that. That's more like it. Will do. Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I know there's a lot up there, and you can try for that or 50% of it at 22. I don't know if that, I'm really not sure if that one's, it does hit hard, but at the same time, you have to look at 1350 because you are underneath seller control going into earnings. So, all right, we got 20 minutes here, guys. We're almost done with the Discord's request. I'm working through some of the ones on TikTok as I go. Yeah, I would agree with you, man. That was on that chart. I can't endorse that one. Unfortunately, man, that one just I don't see anything that makes me think I should take it on earnings. Nothing. WDB earnings. They're the one with the buyout shit, right? So, I mean, dude. Sorry, but I feel like I'm giving you guys mean analysis. I could see maybe 2388, or you're already there, right? And then you could see a retest of 1950. But other than that, I know they have that buyout, so I don't know if I would fuck with them too much. Elf up, me and you both, but right now, It needs to. Oh my god, I would keep fucking yawning. Somebody yawning out there? Can you stop? It does look like it's done a great job of filling up all of its empty space, struggling on that floor, struggling to reclaim the floor nearest to it, which is here, and that's 122.67. So if we can get started there and reclaim that, but I will tell you, man, I do think this one has a trip down potentially to 105.50. So, I'm in the long-term equity over here. All right, 1 second. Right, sorry about that. All right. Sorry about that. All right, Elf, NVIDIA, retesting the floor, trend for... Yeah, so it did retest the floor, and it fell, right? And it pulled back, but how did it pull back? Pulled back pretty fast. So what's underneath it? Not a lot, unfortunately. So, yes, there is a pretty solid... This is actually a very, very clear setup. Very clear, right? So right now, as I live and breathe and speak, you need to bounce and reverse off of this particular level. In my opinion, this is where you could potentially go up and retest or try to reclaim 200. Now, if that can get done, it would be over 201.50, and this is the 5 minute, but it would be that empty space that needs to get reclaimed, and that would set you up for the punchback, right? Which happens over 203 and into the gap, which is also simultaneously, is it the 2 or the 1? Could have sworn those were like the exact same level. So this is a box that got, okay, so we're going to have to interpret this a little bit differently. It's got a box that it's already punched through, had a channel that it fell out of. And so this rejection is coming off of a retest. That is very correct. And it's driving down more. Qs are starting to fall here. For noobs, my YouTube channel, man. Seriously. Dulce de leche Pop-Tart. Kind of looks a little gross now that I put it on camera, but whatever.
Did
All
you say arroz con leche?
Uh-huh. But it's a Pop-Tart. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Pop-Tart. I'm gonna break it apart for you. Right in half. Get the crumbs all over my desk. Oh, not that impressive. Is there beans in there? What the hell is that? Ugh. Smells good. Kind of.
Yo, who called my name?
Let's see here.
NVIDIA have news or something? I mean, $4 drop in the last hour.
I think we just got a lot of volatility going around right now with talks on chips. Hood, dude, Hood breaks out over 148. That's what it needs to do. Period. So. Netflix up. I do like the bounces. Yeah, outside of 1103, you have a decent little play target 111.18 and 111.30. I didn't even know what a caller put when I was started paying. Yeah, Bobby literally learned from the ground up. Thank you for the gifts, by the way. I just saw those. Which direction, Fly Girl? If you're looking at this one to the upside, it just bounced off a cost basis and it's looking to punch through a 4-hour box, or is going to try to attempt to do that. And that'll be at 195 basically. Flat. D-nut up. It's looking okay. Right now it's got to make it through this big donut box right here at 405 cost basis. And then at that point, I'm holding equity on this one so that I could take it up to 836 and $9. Am I worried about Qs going down? For what reason? Why would I be worried? Like I'm not being facetious when I ask that. Like what would the concern be, I guess? Like if I was for my longs or something, or not if I'm using it to hedge. But I also, not in a lot right now. I've cleaned my account up, some of the scraps. But Lulu's runners. I mean, Rivian, same thing. Tesla's obviously sitting. Is this damn? Uh-oh. Oh, this might be that setup for the punch back, punch down. 459. So anyway, I'm using the Qs to hedge, no matter what, or IW if it's more affordable to you. But no, I zoom out 24-hour. It's nothing. It's just some wicks. I haven't seen the Qs look like this in a long time, but you know what? Funny enough, dude, I still have my Baba 145 puts, and I'm not even down that bad. I'm only down they weren't expensive contracts, but I'm only down like 30%. That one, I don't know. I'm going to hang on to. I bought that position as a. No, not yet, JMP. I actually think my chart is incorrect. Because now that I'm looking at it, and I was just trying to find my mistake, I realized that there was a box here that you did punch through, but you had to build a box underneath it. That is where we're bouncing. So naturally, if it breaks down through that, FT&T looks okay, but the contracts are just so expensive, man, that, but yes, I did grab 98s and 74s. CMG has a pretty simple task, especially on the 1 hour. You need to, and you're not doing a great job of it right now, but you need to reclaim this floor at 32.
Hey, Gary, you were looking at Lulu 170.86 and then up to 180.
Yeah, so for Lulu, which I think this is one that I can take tomorrow to add or as a day trade, I very strongly believe that this, in fact, I'm almost certain based on the way that we responded, that this will pull back and it will retest 166. So I'm going to look to rinse and repeat what I did today. I'm hanging on to runners, but yes, that is the goal with the empty space directly up above us, channel breaking, moving down. That is precisely what I'm after. So
I'm not taking it. I didn't know you did that earlier. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm studying your charts right.
yeah, you got it. All right, guys, give me
Well,
2
I mean,
seconds.
your strategy.
Understood. Yeah. All right, 1 second. I need to hit Elf is tonight. Yeah, that's right. So what is 16 divided by? Jesus Christ, bro. The spreads are insane. Fucking hate Elf options. Make my life so hard. This is one of the biggest reasons why I don't trade Elf like that. I only buy
Connor, what was
equity.
that? The earnings play that you were talking about, that you said you took was it Fortnite?
FT&T, yeah.
FT&T, okay. Oh, okay, thanks, bro.
Gotcha. Jesus Christ. God, there's no volume on these yeah. Yeah, Elf is trash, man. Yeah. No compromising on earnings. Man, I tell you what, I know a lot of you guys are trading IWM. It's, not paying bad, but when this thing fucking gets out of this range, that's when I really want it. It's at cost basis now. So you could speculate on a rejection happening here and a loss of that floor, and then a 244 breaking. That's one of the ones that you could, both sides of this trade. Upside has been filled up for the most part. But I almost don't close the day without having a fucking. Hello? Oh my God, they spelled her last name wrong. That's a funny way to spell our last name. And hi. Yeah, like. Damn, she made that. Well, let me see it. What is it called? She got the high honor roll. Hell yeah, dude. Good job, Ellie. I'll be out in a second. Oh no, Peyton. Holy shit, dude. Our cat just jumped off the fucking cat tower into her arms and she was not looking. I just watched that
That's
happen,
crazy.
dude.
It sounds so beautiful.
You
I
got
mean,
like WWE.
listen, I fuck with this, like our baby kitten. He can't stand when like air hits it, like I'll blow, like hit him in the side of the face, so like woof. And dude, he's gotten so good at acting like he's not looking at me, and he will whap the shit out of me in my face too. I have to like block my eyes. But I was blowing on like at him the other day. He was sitting on the top thing, and he's like swiping at me. He's standing up, and dude, he launched himself, arms wide open, legs out, straight at my face. No plan, no nothing. Just sent it. And I was like, that's how you know a cat trusts you fully and completely. Anyway. Love cats. IWM is so cheap. I don't mind speculating on this. 241, 240s. All right. That's not a real ticker. Yeah, your next target, this doesn't look bad at all. I'd be looking at an 8360 target. If you can get it over 84, you have a pretty clear target at 87. It's pretty step-by-step on that one. That can't be real, Sensei. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with your shekels. I knew that's what it was. Shooting a 24-hour box trump. The 4-hour. On INTC? It'd be tough to call it that. But, I mean, you could look at it that way. Me, personally, I think that the gap gets filled. It's literally moving with SPY. But until this thing gets outside of that mark and holds, I still think based on how you ripped, you can still see that. But let's see here. Man, we'll talk about that one in a second. So that is a range, right? Because again, on the lower time frame, it consolidates here on that floor. This was a box, and so it's literally above. So it's rejecting 641.95.
Save your money, still in range.
Yeah.
And you
This
have
thing
until 115 on the ETFs.
on what? Or what are you talking about? I thought you were talking about Meta.
My bad, Potter. I was talking to my girl. My bad.
Oh,
Dude.
you're good. You're good. You're good.
My bad.
That being said, I could see this thing still breaking down. In fact, it left a small gap from yesterday at 623. So you're just trapped in a small box here. Yeah, I see that. Damn. Okay, now Nvidia is getting a little more serious here. Yeah, that reversal's not happening. Yo, that could yank the fucking market down if we start dumping on Nvidia. I have a target of Nvidia of 185.50 if we actually lose 194.
The gap. There's another gap down there too, Potter. In the 2
Mhm.
hour.
I already have Q. I bought Q puts for at about 230. But I did that just to hedge. So damn. I think that will stop right here though. Right here. I don't think we'll blow past that 622. No. Go look back at the earnings and see if it moves. I mean, I see bros more up maybe to 62, 63, yeah. I think that also plays into this. So you could go and hit that for a third time. It's at 120. Well, those could be, you don't know what lifts. What contracts do you guys have for those of you guys who are taking lift?
I got 23s and 1750s.
Choice. Nice. Yo, SPY or Q's, here it is, 623. That's not great. Because we just dumped so fast, this could set us up for a perfect opportunity to be able to pop out outside of that. Underneath 621, we could be dropping all the way to 617, however, so we shall see. Sorry, I'm managing my positions right now, guys. Not anymore. Ding, 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 ding. All right.
See like 627s for a swing tomorrow for Qs. Want to pop out?
Yeah, 627, 629.
Shit, Junior already has them. Did you sell? I hope you didn't sell them all, Junior.
Obviously, you
Negative.
have a Discord. I do, Corey. I do have a Discord.
I still got
Uh,
him.
Just a reminder, the merch
trying to
has
copy you
dropped.
now.
So if you guys have not grabbed one, hats and hoodies are almost already gone. Dude, I love the name of the town you live in, Chad, by the way. I've been thinking about that word all day.
Pacific Beach.
No, that's not what you put on your address box.
San Diego.
Oh, wouldn't that pull you all up or some shit like that?
Oh no! No, that's my billing address. That's not the shipping.
Hold on, let me check. That's right.
It's Puyallup.
That's not
Yeah,
where
it's
we ship it,
Puyallup.
but
It's pronounced-
what is it still
Yeah,
called?
that's fine.
Puyallup?
Puyallup.
Oh, I wanted it to be pull y'all up.
They do a fair every year, and it's called Do the Puyallup. Yeah, it's a Indian tribe actually. The
Oh,
Puyallup Indians.
that's cool. Any plans on undergarments for merch site? That's actually funny you brought that up because what do you guys think of these?
Oh, those are sick, bro.
Brother,
Bro, those are sick.
Are those fire?
they're
Those are
pretty
fire.
fire.
I don't even wear long socks. I'd fucking wear those.
Would you wear these?
Can we get those in
Hell no.
Jorge wants the calf highs for his
Said
Jordans.
hell no.
Look, V.
I don't play that shit. I don't play long socks. Bro. Those are cold though.
Get the
Can we
extra
get
long
those in
ones for your
boxer
shorts.
briefs?
You want these in boxer briefs? Alex.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, some chonies, bro.
Dude,
Oh.
those socks would actually be really cold, Gary. You should definitely do those.
What?
Or just like your face.
No.
Those
Oh,
long
my
ones.
custom boxers. Yeah, I can actually put my face. I could, dude. I will send each and
Yeah,
every one
dude,
of you
just
these.
do that exact one. Just make it.
Yeah,
your
but
face.
it says property of. You want me to put that on there?
No,
Property
but
of
I
Potter
want you
Stocks.
making that face. You making that face pose.
Property of yeah.
That would be crazy. Property of
I'd
Potter
rather have
Stocks trading.
Spanish. I'm joking.
Shit, I wouldn't mind.
Your design here. Well, I can put them on the ass.
Nah, front side.
My face boxers. Imagine going to the business office and in your
Oh, can we
city.
get that one right
And
there?
be-
That second one of you just cheesing.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Hell no, dude. The fact that this is all that
Please.
comes up just tells me that this is not my market, dude. That I shouldn't be here.
Yo, those, I'm telling you, those would sell out immediately.
Those?
Pop, come on.
I think if you notice,
You
you're
know
the
what?
only one. You're the only one talking right now. I don't know.
I'm the
who
only one
we-
brave enough to say something.
Yo.
Oh my
Those
god.
would sell out like they'd sell out like Kanye tickets.
Why? Because you
Fucking
buy them
Speedo
all.
version, bro.
Do they? Is it all they have? Is this? Alex, can you do some research and see if you can get me like? We're only doing like I'm gonna sell 10 of them, and that's it. $60 a box. I was kidding.
I need 20 of them.
One for every day. One for every day of the week. He has to change underwear a lot. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. Is it still going? Oh, that's
Yeah,
going.
shit's taking this shit.
Dude, that's going to 186, bro.
Dude, I wish I would have got off that fucking rejection, man. I even told Golf Man, like, dude, watch this cost basis right here. And fucking took a shit, dude.
Q's is bouncing pretty decent right now, though.
ARM is going up, that's why.
Yeah, I'm more bullish on this than I think that they're all hitting cost bases.
Oh my god, Ivan. Get the fuck out of here.
what did Ivan say?
Say, can I get a special order like your face on a G-string? Where the fuck is my face fitting on a G-string, brother? It's all going on YouTube. All right, YouTube. If you're watching this back, see you tomorrow.